what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum, and thank you for coming and hanging out with Steve and I for a very sort of last minute. We talked about doing this before, but we didn't really know until last minute when we were going to do it. We're doing a contributor live. So I sent out packages for the contributor copies for the first part of this anthology we're going to be talking about. And so while we're talking about it, I'm going to be packing up the contributor copies for part 2. And so that's going to be for That Old House, the Bathroom, a Voices anthology. The pictures are here, but I'm going to show the covers. So yeah, I did a part 1 and a part 2. And essentially, you know, when Tasha and I did Livestock last year, we did a live to kind of talk about it. And I wanted to make sure I was giving, you know, projects equal love. And it was a good time, I think, to promote these. So
yeah. And can I just say again, I love the Polaroid stack idea.
Thank you. I was obnoxiously excited about it when I came up with
Well, you know, is when you held them up together, it really sort of just drove it home how cool it looks like that.
Yeah, so, you know, the first one's just got the one, and then the other one's got the stacked. And I'm literally, the way I'm creating the images, I'm literally taking them and stacking them on the old.
Yeah.
And so, and the reason is, you know, when you think finding things out about old houses, you think finding pictures, finding, you know, how many things have we seen like that, right? And so as I do more rooms, the stack is going to continue to grow, and the intention is to make it, you know, just the stack of Polaroids for all of the houses. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about. I have 21 books this time, I think, to do. So these are the author copies, contributor copies, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And then I've got, I designed a different, so I did stickers and what do you call them? Bookmarks for part 1. But I wanted to make sure that everybody kind of got like a separate love. So I designed a different style sticker for part 2.
Oh, nice. That's so cute.
They're like, what do you call that? Like holographic-y?
Yeah, shiny, yeah, I guess
whatever it is.
Still.
And then my child is yelling at me. I'm gonna have to step out in a second. And then I designed the bookmarks like this too.
Oh, it's so wild. I think I have one of them.
One of them.
I think the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's in a book. It's currently.
Oh, yeah.
That's
okay,
why I'm like, I thought I had it right here, but it's in a book.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
He has great timing. I'll be right back.
Okay. I will hold down the fort. And I know she works really hard on them. They're really cool. I have, well, just like her sticker work in general is really awesome. I love, well, actually, I'm rocking one of the Pride stickers that she has on my water bottle. It's really fun. See, now I'm like hiding. Let me see if I can hide this for a second. Just because, you know, while Angel's taking care of things with her son, is it overlays? I'm like, oh, I think she's coming back now. I held down the fort while you were gone.
Jesus.
I was talking about I love like your sticker work in general. So I was just showing I'm like rocking your Pride sticker.
Yeah, okay, so I do have to give shouts where that's due. I actually did not design that. I fumbled with the Pride logo for a really long time. My best friend is a lot better at editing stuff like that than I am, so my best friend Melinda actually did our Pride logo because I couldn't get all of the colors in. I kept struggling to make it, but she did a great job. So she actually did that one, but I did the bathroom ones.
Yes. So, and I feel like I should have a sticker book.
Oh, I know. Well, and I'm obsessed with stickers. So, but yeah, so I did the different design for these. So that, you know, it was the bathroom part 2.
Yeah.
Hi, Al. Make sure you throw some extra bookmarks into mine. I know I'm supposed to be sending you some and I keep forgetting. Remind me when the deadline is for that. I will send you some. I forgot. I need to order separate ones because I'm only going to have so many leftovers. I think I ordered them in like quantities of 25. But anyway, so they'll get those. And then the other thing that I did, because I really wanted to, I tell Kat this all the time, I want to be known for my contributor boxes. And so I was like, I really want to find a way to like make something personalized for the stories. And they're in Ziploc bags for, well, obvious reasons, because they have to go. But so these are little blood bag soaps.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I made the soap. It was actually really fun and easy, and my toddler helped. And then I designed the stickers. And so each sticker on each soap is related to each author's story. Hi, Hughes! Yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to get these contributor copies finally. Very excited. Oh, hi, Chris. Yeah. So I got so one of the things that we wanted to do when we were talking about getting this together was Steve came up with the idea to get some clips together from the authors, some things going with them. And just so that we were kind of giving spotlight to the people who deserve it, which is the authors. When I know I've probably beaten this compliment down into the ground, but I mean it 100%. When I tell you that these authors brought it with the creativity, that's why there's 2 volumes. Like I was blown away. Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, if you're not following DVS Fiction, you should be. He did a great promo video for the anthology that I don't have like the ability to share, but when I tell you it's funny and you need to go watch it, it's hilarious. Yeah.
That was the one, the
shower one.
Yes. Yes. That was great.
It was so great. Talk about memorable.
I was like, if I didn't know about the book now, definitely buying it.
And I'm so glad that everybody that got their packages seemed to be really pleased with them. And a couple people did unboxings. He did one. J.R. Santos did one. Joshua R. Pangborn did one. I know I'm missing somebody, but yeah, so those were, it was really cool seeing everybody get them. But the soap thing I was like really excited about because I wanted everybody to have something that was uniquely them, so those are going to go in. Because I haven't printed packing labels, I'm actually going to put those in tomorrow when I put the labels on the packages. Otherwise, I won't remember whose is whose. And then the other thing is everybody gets a yellow ducky.
Oh.
And then I found they're going to look yellow on camera, but they're actually lime green. These little mini ducks.
Oh.
It's kind of like confetti. I don't know. But anyway, and then of course, a copy of the book. So you're welcome. Yeah. That video is so great. But yeah, so I guess where did this come from, right? So one of the things I thought about last year before we ended up doing livestock was there's always these like horror movie scenes and horror video game scenes that like happen in a bathroom like all the time, and it's such a consistent thing that I was like, how fun because it squeaks or because it's rubber. Because my cats are not fans of it. My son stole a few of these, and they're not fans. Some of them. There we go.
My dog would love the sound.
But yeah, so I kind of just thought it would be really cool to have a collection of stories that took place in a bathroom, because I felt like if I say 90% of the story has to take place in there, that felt like a really limiting, kind of like a challenging thing. Oh, yeah. And I genuinely like, not that I'm ever like, I don't know. I always know that the indie horror community is going to come through with some crazy stuff because they're just great. And so when I started getting in the stories, the level of like the range of stories in these books, to me, considering it takes place in one location, I was like not prepared for I was just like, so because it literally came down to, I had to cut it down. I was like, okay, I've got to make decisions. It was really difficult. And I was getting through and I'm like, God, it's so hard to make it because I had these set, I don't know, it was so difficult. And I was like, you know what? Of the stories that I love, I have enough to do 2 volumes, and it's up to me. So I'm going to do 2 volumes.
Yeah, you make that decision.
and so that's what I did. I did 2 of them. So, and these are I don't have stories in these at all. These are just other authors. But so the first one is just That Old House, the Bathroom. The back says, vulnerability is a terrifying thing. Monsters, ghosts, punishment, dimensional travel. How can we escape fate when it has trapped us within the most vulnerable place in the house, the bathroom?
By concept, it's so cool. Like I love, when you look at horror films, I love films that take place like in single locations. And so to like really boil it down into like a short anthology, It's just a brilliant idea.
Yeah, well, and I think it's so crazy because you really do have to think outside the box to create a well-rounded story that's still effective and never leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And with it being a majority, like there are some stories that start in something and move into the bathroom or may have like one or two little things out, but I mean, pretty much everybody nailed it. So I'm just going to read the table of contents for part one. And the other thing I will say is part one and part two both have a ton of first time publications, which was really cool and very exciting for me to get, because I was really excited that there were so many indie authors that was going to be able to like get out there that hadn't had anything published yet. Huh?
Here's just grabbing. I have my copy of part one was sitting right
Oh,
here.
yeah. And I apologize in advance if I butcher anybody's names. I don't think I will, but if I do, I'm sorry in advance. So the table of contents for part one is No Peace by S.C. Fisher. Good Help is So Hard to Find, A.W. Mason. Porcelain Reflections by Jacob Farnsworth. Digging Up Stones by Tasha Reynolds. That one, I just, bleh. Tasha was one of the ones that was a first time publication for her. String by C.M. Saunders. Shattered Reflections by Nadine Stewart. You Will Want Me by J.R. Santos. Empty Calories by Dan, how do you say your last name? Scamell. Samel? I'm not sure. But Dan is the one that did the SDVS fiction. The Court of King Dong, which is Joshua R. Pangborn. Day Job Restroom Death Knell, which is Chris Lavinia. Watery Graves by Lauren Carter. You Have to Drink the Potion, Victor Hannibal. To the Quick, Wendy Dalrymple. It Only Eats the Parts It Likes, Matt Wildawson. Soteria, Derek Heath. Deep Tub by Zach Rosenberg. When La Muerta Visits, Brenda Radchick. All the Water Should Be Hot in Hell by Kat Valor. I'm Sorry by Ivan Lopez. Drip by Amanda Blake. A Mistake You Can't Ever Come Back From, Anemone Moss. Dance Camel. Sorry, I just saw this comment where he's how to pronounce it. Got it.
I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess so. We've got. I broke it down into three because I had a few people submit clips, just kind of talking about their stories. So I guess we want to. Let's do the. You want to do the first one? It should be Vertical One, I think is what I titled it. I never title things that make sense.
Oh yeah. So let me pull that all up.
Yeah.
My name is Al Davidson. I am an author who specializes in massive space operas and tiny disturbances. I like writing stories about ghosts, grief, isolation, queerness, eco-horror, space exploration, and the human condition. And writing about tight, claustrophobic spaces is one of my favorite things to do, so I really enjoyed writing The Rest Stop, which was partially based on true events that happened to me while I was on a road trip up to Washington, D.C., and I'll let you figure out which parts of it are actually true.
Hi there. My name is Joshua R. Pangborn, and I am the author of The Court of King Dong, a queer, fat-positive horror story that I am so incredibly excited to have included in this collection. Now, queer, fat-positive horror is a subgenre of horror that not a lot of people really talk about or, frankly, even know about. I'm hoping to change that by bringing queer, fat-positive horror into the mainstream through things like The Court of King Dong, and through things we do at my production company, Sidekick Productions, which focuses on film and television. If you want to help, read this story. Check it out. Let us know what you think. I am so incredibly proud of it, and I'm so grateful that it's included in this collection. Thank you so much, and hope you enjoy.
I love Joshua's excitement. He makes me so happy. He's one of the ones that did an unboxing, and I was just like, oh, like genuine happiness. I love it so much.
Aww.
Yes. I totally agree, Dan. I think that one was I loved it. It was so good. Very unique. But yeah, so it's been crazy. So this journey officially started like summertime. And then I was trying to go the the Ingram Spark route. And hang on a second.
Parent duty calls.
I know. I'll be right back. You can maybe catch up on comments.
Sure. Parent duty calls. Do what you got to do. Oh man. So yeah, let me hide this again, so you can see my beautiful face clearly. There we go. But yeah, no, I think stories right with the body positivity. I think it's just so important. And hey, you know what? Like you said, more people have to be in on this subgenre. Oh, listen, it came out great. I probably do, like, if I'm doing like a short for the channel or something, I literally will just like like watch it, critique like the smallest thing, and then like redo it. But the thing with that is, like, if I'm doing like a reaction to something, I can't like fake a reaction the second time. So sometimes I'm just like, it just is what it is. Same here, yeah. Yep. I think we're all kind of all in the same boat, right? 100% agree. Oh, Angel is popping right back in.
When I tell you, my son is such a diva. He wanted my heating pad. He's like, he doesn't have a heated blanket, so he was like, I need something.
I made
You know what? He comes by it honest. Anyway, where we at?
Well, we were just talking about doing multiple takes when we get nervous. Alicia was talking about how long it took her to, how many takes it took to do the video.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It didn't help. Was working with Brian. I am, and you're watching Disney Channel. Yeah, she. You know what? There are worse things you could have said.
Those Disney Channel clips crack me up. I still love those. Well, we were laughing. My husband and I, we were watching the new Doctor Who episode, and Doctor Who's on Disney Plus now. We're like, they totally could have done, because the Doctor has like this little like sonic screwdriver.
Oh, and he could have done the ears.
And that would have been perfect.
Oh my god. But yeah, so I originally was trying to go through Ingram Spark to get these out, because that's who I did with livestock. But Ingram Spark used to charge a bunch of fees, and that was how it was when I did livestock. And so I was trying to go the same route, because it was expensive, but it worked. Like, I didn't have a lot of problems, no hiccups, whatever. But since they lost people because of their fees and stuff, there was they went down to making certain things free. And I feel like when they did that, all of their customer care stuff went right out the window. Aw, did you? I sent an email. I hope. Well, yeah. Well, a lot of people. It was kind of hard timing. It was, again, kind of last minute, because this past week was a holiday week, and so.
Well, we were talking about maybe doing just sort of like a video with everything montage together.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody's watching this and they didn't get a chance to send one in, you can send me something later if you want. Hughes, honestly, if you want to film something, I can put and just do audio. I can put like a picture. I mean, we can make it work.
Oh yeah.
I just, the biggest thing is just making sure that you guys got the spotlight, because that's the point, is to talk about the authors and everything that kind of went into it.
Yeah. No, me, I love the movie. It was. What's it? Margulies, Professor Sprout, and Harry Potter voiced the villain in the episode. It was.
Oh, I've never seen an episode of Doctor Who my whole life. Do you ever feel like you're like, I know for a fact I can't take on another fandom? Do you ever feel that way?
It is a lot. It's a lot. They're all on. Well, the new Who, the reboots, they're all on HBO Max now. Disney's doing the new stuff. I think eventually we'll Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But man, so nostalgic. But I think I started watching that when I was like 17, and they brought back two of like the actors from that time. I'm like, oh, man, I feel like a teen again, just getting into it.
No pressure, Hughes.
Yeah, you should.
Whatever. Yeah, there was
Yeah,
somebody that straight emailed me and was like, "Yeah, I'm not comfortable at 100%. It's fine." The biggest thing was I just wanted y'all to have the opportunity. That was all. And I mean, if it's totally fine if it's not something, it's I don't know. I'm still not used to being on camera. Like Steve can tell you, before interviews, sometimes I'm like about to throw up everywhere. Like so. Anyway.
I'm not used to it, but I just speak through it.
No, you're so much better at that than I am. And if you are hiding it, you're a damn good actor, because you would never know. But yeah, so Ingram Spark didn't work out. Long story short, I went back and forth with them for almost 2.5 months trying to get my stuff sorted and couldn't. So I finally had, because I got That Old House Part 1 on ebook out, but I couldn't get the paperback. So then I had to request for them to pull the ebook, and then I just went through KDP, which really messed up my timeline on a lot of things, because then also in August, of course, I was in the hospital for like 5 days. And so, I mean, it literally, I blame Ingram for that too. It's just like everything was just a nightmare. And so anyway, so everybody that I worked with for this project was super patient and kind and understanding. And it just, I worried, because I was like, I don't want people to feel like I can't be trusted with these projects and things like that. But I'm hoping no one felt that way, but everybody's been really kind about it. So, You're like a little fuzzy. I can only sort of hear what you're saying.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
Your microphone wants to be punched.
It really does. What is going on?
Well, I'll do the second. I want to read the table of contents from the second book too. So I'll do that real quick while you're looking at your settings. So for the bathroom part 2, the back just says, "You just can't escape. The overflow has returned to haunt you. With more stories about death, chaos, and pain, it is time to return to the bathroom." Let me find that table. Okay. All right. So the table of contents for this one. Hold on.
How do I sound now?
The same.
Oh.
So funny story, Angel's horrible about making dumb ass mistakes when she does proofs. So the first proof of livestock, I misspelled the word forward. I used the wrong kind of forward. So it feels only right to confess that in the table of contents for part 2 for my proof, it just has author names.
No.
So I was like, wait. And then I panicked for a moment, because I was like, and then I remembered I had to fix it. So I'm just going to read from a contributor copy, because I don't remember everybody's short name. So, but the table of contents for part 2 is The Rest Stop by Al Davidson, The Fledgling by Dan B. Fierce, Sinking Sally by Ashley Watson, Musca Domestica by Julia C. Lewis, A Barrel of Teeth and a Barrel of Laughs by Wesley Winters, Life Alert by Kay Hanifer, Anaphylaxis by Sherry White, Intervention by Matthew Hall, It Lives Within by Nico Bell, Trimmings by Cassidy Van Gundy, Voices and Reflections, Christine LaChance, Silverfish by Hughes. I don't think I know how to pronounce your last name either. Ouimet, Ouimet. Unhinged by Jessica Gleason, A Girl Alone at Night by Samantha Arthurs, The Demon of Monroe Street by Stephen Hopt, Focus by Melinda Fenholm Morris, It Came from the Pipes by Radar DeBoard, The Seventh Death, by Kim Fielding, 333 by Benjamin Kraft, One Bug by Alex Azar, and The Last Chance by Will Red.
No wonder we had to make 2 volumes. A lot of stories, right? I was just thinking.
So many.
Wait,
and
do you know off the top of your head how many stories in each one?
It's 21 and 20. It's 21 or 22 in the first one and 21 in part 2. So yeah, it was a lot. Tasha edited these. She did the editing for me.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's funny because like there was one story there was one story that had to be tweaked because of copyright with music lyrics from a song used. And I sent it to her and she was funny because she wasn't like I didn't do beta reading for these. I just did editing and formatting. But she was like the story she said emailed me back the edited copy or edited version and she was like this is a first time publication and I was like yeah I'm pretty sure and she goes wow. And it's just so it's kind of the response for these stories and this concept has been very positive, which is really really reassuring.
Absolutely.
You do all the like weird editing things. I'm telling you the amount of duh I felt when somebody pointed out that the forward was incorrect. I was like, oh, of course it is. Like it's just what.
We always need like separate set of eyes, other people sort of looking.
Thank God, right? Because otherwise they would be a mess. Like you have to have other people. Yeah. I didn't
read
even
the same thing over and over, even though it's wrong, and then it starts to just sound right because we're just sort of glazed over.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. It's a great concept for a collection, just really resonated. I'm so glad that you feel that way. That means a lot to me. Yeah, I just couldn't get this concept out of my head. I had it in my head for like a year before I decided to actually do something with it. And I already know what the next I posted this in the description as a teaser for what the next there's going to be a secret. And so I did a poll on Twitter of the rooms that I was willing to do next because we met. Well, I got the second half correct. Hughes, we met. OU. It's like French.
That's what I was thinking. The we, I was thinking it was the.
Oh, that didn't even click with me. Okay. But yeah, I lost my train of thought.
You were teasing up the next idea.
Yes, I did. Thank you. Steve keeps me on track. Sometimes he's just as bad.
I enable,
You enable the tangents and the forget. Yeah. But yeah, so I tell me one more time.
You're teeing up the sequel, the next one.
No, it's coming off a holiday week. I'm doing my best. It took me the first 10 minutes of this before I realized I was talking and not stuffing envelopes. I was like, well, that would defeat the purpose.
Gift cards next.
Yeah. So I did a Twitter poll. So for anyone curious, I am going to do attic and basement. But they will be the last two that I do because I feel like those are the ones like people want me to do. And I'm like, no, we're going to do all the other rooms first. So I did a poll of like 3. Twitter lets you do 3 or 4. So I did the rooms that I was willing to do next. And so the one that won, which I'll announce hopefully third quarter next year, is the kitchen.
That's a good one.
So the next bathroom or That Old House anthology series will be That Old House, the kitchen. And for anybody curious, you can absolutely sub to it if you've already been, accepted into a previous one. I don't care about that. Which I'm also very excited about because kitchen horror is also a very big thing.
Oh man, I suspect a handful of cannibalism submissions.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm super into it.
Yeah, I think that would be I would love stories like that. Oh, Cat. Oh, seeing your name's awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Kitchen, yeah, the kitchen. I think they could be a lot of things. So when I first thought about this, the bathroom scenes that came to me the most was the first one. Save some energy for third quarter next year.
I always think of that Kesha song, when I hear the Kesha Cannibal song.
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah, I did
think about it. Very French. Oui. My partner knows how to say "I am a cat" in French.
So many applications.
We're doing Duolingo, and I was learning Spanish, and so she was started messing with it and was doing French, and so for like 2 weeks she would just walk around and say that. That was the only thing she would say. Anyway, it became a
A
joke. I thought it was-
rendition of the musical Cat.
Yes, I am a cat. Yeah, I always, you know what I always when I think of bathroom scenes, the first thing, and I know it's not the oldest, but the thing that always yes. Oh my god. Yes. I tell her all the time you guys would get along. And like is the bathroom sequences in the PT teaser, the Silent Hill PT, because there's multiple times when you're trying to like have you watched it or played it?
Yeah.
The PT? Yeah. So, you know, like you start like one of the things you first trying to get in the bathroom, you can't get in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then like after a couple of times, I think you go to open it or it's opened.
Right.
And then you get in really, really close and Lisa's face shows up and you're like super scary. But then later in the same, after you've done it a couple more times, you go into the bathroom and there's like that weird alien fetus in the sink.
Oh yeah.
So bizarre. It's so scary though. And then the door handle starts jiggling and you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the baby thing is like screaming and you're like, shut up. Like, you know. And then of course 13 Ghost. I always think of 13 Ghost for bathroom sequences. Psycho.
Psycho's, B1 for sure. I think I was talking about Poltergeist too. I love the braces scene in the bathroom.
Oh, the braces scene. Well, and the other scene, the other big one from one wasn't that in a normal bathroom?
No, that was like in like the slop sink. That was like in like
it was a side sink, not a
kitchen. It was like in like a broom closet sort of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, do you want to play one of the other sets of clips from the authors?
Yeah.
Please.
Of course.
Hey everyone, my name is Julia C. Lewis and I wrote the story Musca Domestica. I had a lot of fun writing the story, especially since it only took place in one location. Usually my stories jump around a little bit. Yeah, that's it. I hope you have fun reading it.
I'm Dan Scammell, author of Empty Calories, horror story that focuses on one of the things that I find the most frightening in the bathroom, the scale. Empty Calories was a lot of fun to write. I was really excited to be part of this anthology. Wanted to touch on some of the themes of body image, self-worth, self-esteem, and also mix it with illicit drug use to drive home the point that we're so out of control of some of these things that we would like to pretend we're in control of. But it was a great experience. Really loved working with voices. Hope you do it again sometime. So check out the story. Hope you like it.
Hi everyone, I'm Raider DeBoard. I'm a horror author. And I am lucky enough that I have a story in this incredible anthology from Voices from the Mausoleum. My story is called It Was in the Pipes, and it is heavily influenced by The Blob, and it's got a nice, bleak ending because I absolutely love those. So basically, my main character goes into the bathroom at the beginning of the story, and it doesn't seem like she's coming out. But if you want to find out why, you're going to have to read the anthology.
Everybody's so nice.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's like amazing just to see everyone so excited to be part of it.
It's mind blowing. It's like people say, like people use like words like, "Oh, I was so honored," or "I'm so lucky," and I'm like, no, like trust me when I tell you, I am the honored one. I am the lucky one because this is such a great group of people. And I mean, and the writing, the interaction. So excited for Kitchen. I think Kitchen's going to be good. I really do. I just won't be able to do it until probably the third quarter of next year. Maybe announce it a little before Halloween. We'll have to see kind of what the year brings, but I'm excited for it.
Will you do 2 parts again if you get that many?
I can't, dude. You know how much it cost me? And I'm totally fine being transparent about this. Part of the thing that kind of set me back was the hospital stuff, another thing too, but I still have to finish paying part 2. And so that's going to be wrapped up in December. Everybody will be paid for that. And then I will be officially done. But it was so expensive. I know I know. I feel really lucky that these were the people that wanted to like write stories and be involved. And I genuinely I made new friends through this. Like these were people, some of them I was already following, but I really I made new friends doing this and new connections. And I look forward to getting to know those people better and doing more things in the future. I just feel so honored. But no, it's so expensive. I didn't do a GoFundMe. I didn't have support of any kind. Everything that I did for this, I paid out of pocket. Editing, formatting fees, my all of the stuff that I ordered and made, paying the authors, everything I did out of pocket. And 42 authors. What was I?
Oh, man. But it delivers, and I'm gonna be pushing you still some, maybe do some fun, and it's a lot to do. But I mean, it's nearly worth it, but it's a lot.
So worth it. So worth the stress. So worth the bullshit Ingram put me through. I wouldn't, I would change that because I really wanted these to be summer anthologies. I really didn't want I didn't want to get into spooky season. I think there's so many people that put stuff out in October. I really wanted to try to get them out before then. Plus, as you know, I had my collection just come out. I would have liked to have had more, the timeline for that. And then I also have a Christmas book that's coming that we're wrapping up literally like this week. And so as far as writing it. And so, it really messed with me timeline wise because I really wanted these. I thought it would be such a fun like summer anthology, but I started working on it in damn June. And then the first one didn't get released until September. My birthday, actually.
What I love is, like you're saying, like, within anthologies, everyone's working on their separate stories, but it really does end up becoming like a collaborative process, right? Any of these kind of artistic endeavors, right? It's sort of like it becomes sort of one beautiful thing, right?
Yeah, and I think, and the other thing that's crazy is like, it's my job to promote. It's my job to really push, but it seems so natural for people to be excited enough about the project that they were happy to talk about it. Like I said, people did unboxings of their contributor copies. People posted about it. They reshare it. I see people, and even like Hughes is just one example of very many, but like Hughes was reading the other one, part 1, I think, and like posting pictures of the stories as he's reading. And Sticky Brand is having, if you need more stickers, so she's frantically working for her own projects. So I do have some stickers I can send you out. I have a bunch of the part 1s and part 2 I'll send. I would really like to get more bookmarks. I have 2 left of part 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of part 2. Radar Rocks loves his story for fans of the blog. Yeah. Radar is fantastic. He's a bit of he's not just a horror author. He doesn't call himself this, but he's also a content creator. He does horror content as well. Really fun videos on TikTok and stuff like that. And he does content with Horror Fiend as well. Oh, hi, JR. Yeah, this is JR Santos. This is one of the guys that did an unboxing. It's 2 a.m. for me. We'll likely fall asleep soon. Loved getting to learn more about the author's great story. Well, before you go, you want to play the last clip?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that real quick before you go, JR.
Hi, I'm JR Santos. You can find me online as Cosmic Air Skeleton. I wrote a story on the first volume of the anthology That Old House, The Bathroom. And my short story is called You Will Want Me. I like fairy tales, I like folk tales, I like surrealism. And you can find those elements right here in this story. Figure it yourself, what's happening, what's the meaning of this situation.
Hey there, my name is Chris Lavinia. I wrote the story Day Job, Restroom, Death Knell, or Flush Away. That's in volume 1 of That Old House, The Bathroom. And my inspiration for the story itself came from just the horrible men's restroom at my day job working for the local county government. And I don't know, hated it there. Thought it would be a great place for a scary story, and I think I was right. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
Scary in the men's restroom.
Yeah. I love that every time people do anything, like there's some of the unboxings were in bathrooms, people doing their clips in the bath. It makes me so happy. I think Hughes was somebody who posted a photo of the first one. He took a picture of it in his bathroom. Like I love the funness of like done in the bathroom. Yeah, thank you guys for taking just a couple of seconds to put it together. I know it was a little bit frantic with this being the holiday week and stuff, so really appreciate it. Nice shower. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been really, really well embraced, not just by the people who are part of it, but by people who are reading it too. Was just like, it's been a really rewarding experience. I'm so glad. I think that's my favorite thing people are saying is that they had fun writing their stories. That's all you can really ask for. And I think it shows. I think when you read them, you can tell like they had fun.
It's a fun sort of sandbox to play in, right? When you get a prompt like that.
Yeah.
It's like a writing exercise you would get in school, but more fun because it's hard.
Yeah, and I think it was it's the only thing currently that's out there that's like this. There isn't anything else, and that was it's I love how unique it is and how unique it ended up being. Some of these stories, like, it's crazy. Like, there was one in particular from one of the stories that or one of the books that I started reading, and I was reading it at my partner's house, and I started like tearing up. Like, these things got to me. There were some that made me laugh. There were some that made me like so fucking uncomfortable, like so uncomfortable. Like, the digging up stones was one. Empty calories was another one. There's another one called String that made me want to vomit in like the best way. You know what I mean? Like and then there were things that like even conveyed like such like really complex emotion and feelings of grief and loss and things like in the setting of a short story in the bathroom. Like, you know what I mean? You guys impressed me so much. I'm still blown away with the creativity that everybody came up with for this anthology.
Right. I mean, how many just private moments do we have to ourselves in the bathroom? Right? It's such like a universal sort of like just just moments just being super like emotional in the bathroom, right? Whether it's like I'm on a scale, just super disappointed or upset, or like I need to get away from. I go to the bathroom. I don't even have to go sometimes. I just go in there to get away from people.
Yeah, it's
right?
true. Yeah, and in things like if you're somebody who takes baths and like sits and soaks and tries to calm down and try to like erase the negative feelings, or even sometimes just to let yourself feel the negative feelings just so you can get it all out of your system. You're right. And that's the thing. It's like it is the most vulnerable place next to sleeping in your bed. Like, it's such a vulnerable spot to be in. Oh, the shop's bathroom. Either way, is creativity, taking the picture in the bathroom use. I loved it. Yeah, I think it was like, Cat Story. Yeah, Cat Story was very emotional. Isn't it crazy? And that's the thing, is same thing with like this room, with like this being in one room, is what people can convey in short stories will never cease to amaze me. Like, these things, great stuff. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I loved your story as well. Yeah, I think like the things that they were able, I'm telling you, I'm gonna say it until I turn blue in the face. Like, totally blown away with the creativity for these anthologies. Everybody just came and just rocked it. 42 stories. That's so many. And I don't know. I should have thought about this before we like sat down to do this. I don't know offhand how many are first time publications, but there's a few. I think Tasha, Hughes. Oh, there's several. There's several that haven't been in anything else. And it's just, I feel honored. I feel lucky.
If you're first and you're in the chat, just hop on and let us know.
Yeah. Second. Okay. The Rest Stop was my first second person story. A lot of fun, and I should do more. Yeah, I remember, Al, you messaged me and asked me if it was okay for it to be in second person. And I was like, why not? My limits were really only no comedy. That was really it. And for anybody wondering, Your second. Oh, your first was in Queer Saints. I read yours. I'm drawing a blank on the title, Joshua, but I read yours when I was doing my scary story Sundays or whatever. I read, you were one of the stories that I got to read out loud. Crumbs. Yeah, that's what it's called. That one was great. So that's right. You were in Queer Saints Volume 1. That was the other one. But yeah, it was crazy. Like getting all this together, thinking about like, I don't know, it's wild. I can't. Yeah.
It's like, it's hard work. It's like it's cathartic now that it's out there, right?
It's almost tiresome, like in a like thinking about it again. Like like, and I mean that, like, I had so much fun coming up with like making stuff, like these things, like I love doing stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
So that was so much fun for me. I enjoyed a lot of it. Loved the rest stop. I'll think twice next time. Okay, I will tell you this as a female who's been on the roads and driven and had to I will never go to rest stops. They make me so uncomfortable, and I almost only ever pass them at nighttime. Nope. How many story submissions? I think it was like just over 100. Or just at 100, something like that. Nothing too overwhelming, but it's still really hard to like narrow down.
Yeah, but you think how many pages per story times 100?
Yeah.
Not to go through, right? And sort of like sort out and then have a flow, right, as you're kind of figuring out story order within the book.
Yeah, and I did this all on my own. My next anthology project is with Kat, and thank God that I have, like, first of all, I love working with her in general, but I'm so grateful to have someone else to do it with, because it's like, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to make, and the other thing I wanted to make sure, I couldn't do like mass readings because I wasn't going to remember how I felt about everything doing mass readings. And I wanted to make sure that when I was going through and considering these stories, that I was taking my time and giving everyone a fair chance. Like that was really important to me. So I went through them really slowly. Like I just really took my time. And I got a bulk of them right before the deadline. And I had a few people that I extended it for. Thank you. I actually slept at the rest stop the story is based off of, and it was the same night that inspired it. I have no regard for my own safety.
Wait, so like slept in the car at the rest stop? I will stop at the rest stop. Granted, not a woman, totally different experience. But like if it's like desolate, I won't go in. If it's like crowded and bumping, I'm like, all right. I'll go out and whatever, get myself a drink or something. But,
my sentiments exactly, JR. Oh my. Yeah, for like 3 hours.
2 a.m.
You're nuts. I would never, and I mean that lovingly. I would never in a million years. Oh, I know what I was saying earlier before I lost my train of thought and didn't want to admit it, so I changed gears. I wanted to be like, I was very specific about not wanting comedy horror. And for anybody wanting to know why, I didn't want comedy horror because I was not going to give comedy horror a fair shot because I don't like comedy horror. And so there are things that are nuanced in these that I think have some funny moments or some things that might make you go, huh, but I didn't want like outright silly potty horror stories. Like that's not what I wanted. And I knew that if I wasn't clear about that and I got them, I wasn't going to be able to give them a fair chance because it's just not something that I'm into reading. And so I was like, I just didn't think it would be fair to anybody for somebody to take time to write something and submit it, that it just would never resonate with me, or which is another benefit to, of course, having someone else read through stuff anyways, because you have like, another perspective. Love rest stops, but would never sleep there.
Like you love rest stops, like in general.
Like you just love.
Like you just love rest stops. I've never heard that one. Or you don't have the story.
I remember so vividly. Yeah. Yes, there's a reason. I know. Kat asked me recently what I wanted, what I was looking, what I would not want to read in the next one that she and I are doing, which won't be announced until next month, but in December. But it was like, say it's got to be the same. I just can't do it. Rest up. Y'all need T-shirts.
And then like every club meeting is at a different rest stop, and you like travel across the country. That's it.
I love how just like nonchalant you said that. I love rest stops.
Oh, some of my finest hours are in the rest stop.
Oh no. That's funny.
I can go different directions.
But yeah, that's really all I have. I mostly just wanted to give spotlights to the authors. They were all so incredible to work with, and they really nailed the creativity. I genuinely can't say that enough. I just can't. If any of you want to send comedy for the next, I can't accept it, but I will have a good time reading it. Yeah.
It will be appreciated on some level.
Yeah. Well, I will say, because of the specific subgenre we are doing, we really did want more serious stuff because there's a lot of comedy around this subgenre already. So that's, you guys don't have to wait long. That's only like a couple weeks before we'll announce it. I get, oh my God, December 1st, like next weekend.
Oh, forget it.
What the fuck happened? But anyway, so but yeah, that's really all I wanted to do. I just wanted to take an opportunity, promote the That Old House, the Bathroom, part 1 and 2. If you're watching this after the fact and you were not a contributor, I highly, highly recommend, biasly, but maybe not, checking them out. There's some wildly just out there creative stories. I mean, there's time travel, there's monsters, there's love stories, there's, literally like everything you could possibly imagine in these 2 books. And I genuinely, and if you already have read them and you're not following the authors, I highly recommend that you do, because they're phenomenal. They're great people. They're a wonder to work with, and they're very creative minds that you can only benefit from knowing, in my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess while we're here, laugh out loud, love stopping at them. Don't ask why. You know what? I'm not gonna.
You know what I think? I mean, okay. To put a little method to the madness.
Steve is joining the fan club. Now you need 3 T-shirts.
The people watching at a rest stop.
Oh, I bet that is
very entertaining, because you will get all sorts, and it is super fun.
Yeah, I bet that's true.
Yes. Yeah.
Families that are going to end up on Snapped. Yeah. Since a lot of everybody that showed up is in the indie writing community, just to give a heads up, tomorrow at some point in the day, I'm actually going to be posting. I'm going to do. I'm supposed to be taking December off, so here I am giving myself another project. We're going to be doing a indie horror book swap, Secret Santa. And I haven't posted anything about it yet because I wanted to wait until literally the Monday after the holidays, give everybody time to like regroup and get their thoughts together. But essentially what it's going to be is I'm going to open up 50 slots for people to participate. And what it will be is there'll be like a sign up form. The link will go out when I post about it tomorrow. And you'll put in your information, and then the names will get mixed up. I will assign people to different people. But essentially it's just this idea that, like, if you are an author and you want to give out a copy of your book to someone, if you have a book that you've already read that you have multiples of, or that you're just ready to part with, you can do that too. The idea is to pass along like used books or your own books. You can buy new if you really want to, but I just thought it would be kind of a cool thing to do, like a Secret Santa with, indie horror books. All the details and stuff will be posted about it tomorrow, but I figure while we're here, I'll go ahead and give a heads up for anybody who might be interested. Because I think,
are we doing it too?
Yep. Yeah, we're going to be, it'll be a lot of fun, I think. Yes, I'm only going to have 50 spots because I think anything more than that, my head may explode. For anybody that's wondering, you will have to cover shipping cost unless you get the name of someone who lives out of your country. So like, I'm going to use Hughes as an example because I think he lives in Canada. If Hughes gets someone from the States, I will send a label to cover the cost for the shipping. You won't have to do that. And I can cover that for however many people that ends up being. So I don't, because the point isn't to break people. The point is to just get people to meet other people in the horror writing community and to spread some books around. So I think that'll be announced with details tomorrow. But if you're interested, you know, you can DM me ahead of time and let me know. But otherwise, like I said, everything will be posted tomorrow at some point. So. Love, laugh, flesh merch. When that's a great idea. Because my wife is terrified of them. Maybe she locks the doors while I'm out, and I feel like the husband who never comes back to the car. That sounds pretty rad. Yeah, yeah. The book swap thing. I came up with it super last minute last week, and I'm really excited about it. I think it could be a really like fun thing to do. And then if it gets, you know, if people enjoy it and it goes well, then you know maybe it can become like an annual thing, and we can do it every year. Yay more books. I'll never get through. That's a mood. Yeah, I just pretend that's not a problem. Oh, thanks. But yeah, I think that anyway, so all the details about that will be tomorrow. But yeah, that's really all I had. Just want to talk about all that.
Was there anything else for December we wanted to announce?
December?
Yeah, that's coming up.
Are you saying that because you know something and I forgot something? Or
No. I didn't know if you wanted to be like, keep an eye out for what's coming up soon. So
I don't even know. I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that is?
So Chris from Love of Horror and we're going to do a Goosebumps episode. We watched the 10-episode first season on Disney Plus, so we'll keep an eye out for the review for that. We're doing a live tomorrow night or Tuesday night with Jeff Whitmer about we're covering the Blackwell Ghost franchise. So we're gonna do a whole live on that. What else is coming up then? I think there's we've got one more coffee prep together before you take your break. But I'm going to the coffee prep will continue for the winter. But we have special guest hosts lined up for that. And then I think that's
no, I'll just keep it for myself. I'm just kidding. No, I have yours and I think 2 or 3 others that I've got to get edited. And actually, yours is edited. It's just got to get rendered. So I won't be actively recording in December, but I do have pre-recorded. I've got my Silent Hill cosmetic makeup vampire cosmetics thing that I need to get up. It's ready to go. I finally rendered it. It'll probably go up sometime this week. We'll have to figure out what the schedule looks like this week. Tom and I will have one episode of Found Footage Fridays in December that's going to be a Christmas one. And then I've got like 3 or 4 these influential horrors. I have Owls. I have JR from Horror Fiend TV. I have Catherine Silva, who's a horror author. I feel like I have one more, but anyway, but I have some pre-recorded stuff that's going to come out as well.
And I'm doing a Christmas live with Norm.
Yeah.
I'm doing a Christmas live with Norm. We're going to talk, Christmas horror, Black Christmas, all that stuff. He's also going to be our special guest host for the coffee prep, so that'll be super fun.
Norin's awesome. We love Norin. Yeah. Sounds awesome. Yes, Catherine Cat's awesome. She's been on the channel one other time before. She did the franchise live this summer for Underworld. She's fantastic. I really, she's such a nice person too. But yeah, so I've got a few of those. I also have, there's something else that I'm forgetting. What's the other thing that I have? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that is it. The Found Footage Fridays isn't going to be, even that show's going to be off for a bit until the one episode in. Oh, and I've got, I have 2 remakes that I've got to get up. I've got Quarantine, and maybe I'll get that up tomorrow. And then what's the other one? Oh, the 2019 Black Christmas. We just covered that one. So that'll be up in December too.
Oh, you finally watched that?
I quite literally was not given a choice. I agreed to do it last year, and Scott did not let me forget. So yeah. And then Kat and I are taking December off as well. Of course, our November episode was Five Nights at Freddy's for game adaptations. I think that's it for me. Otherwise, it's just pre-recorded stuff from November.
All right. And then I know starting in January, we will officially be part of the You Run podcast network.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some big changes.
Yeah. All good. All growth. Hopefully some really cool opportunities for some growth and meeting some really cool, content creators and stuff that we maybe wouldn't have met otherwise. Absolutely. I'm all for making new horror friends. So.
Like that. I mean, that's how we met, right?
Yeah, exactly. And anybody who's here or watches this, if you're interested, especially if we know that you're not a creep, because sometimes random people message and it's weird. But if you're somebody that I know and you're interested, we are always taking like interest in influential horror. If you want to come on and talk about your 5 influential horror movies and why you picked them, Steve and I both will be doing that series moving forward. So Hughes, I know you said you didn't want to do like camera, but like DVS Dan, Joshua, like anybody that wants to, Chris, anybody that wants to come on and do their 5 influential. We have like a list, but like we're always adding to it. But people, I mean, if you're interested, let us know. We'd love to.
Beyond even the influential horror too, like I'm really pushing for more TV content. So there's like a show that you're really into. Depending on the format, like with like House of Usher, that was like a 1-season binge, so I really only did 1 episode of that. So if there's anything you're like super passionate about and you want to get involved with us and do different things, like you have the influential horror, but then also I know we do franchise lives and we do just different things.
Yeah, literally everything. No rush. I won't be recording again until the first of the year, so there's no rush. But anybody that wants to come on and chat about horror, like I said, as long as we know that you're a safe space to have in our safe space, you're welcome always. So, but anyway, I'm gonna wrap up for this because I still have to do laundry. Oh, here you go, Steve. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that would actually be a great conversation.
That would be really fun.
Because, Joshua, am I allowed to say what you told me the other day about your short? Let me know if I can say something. I won't if I'm not allowed to, but I know you messaged me, but I wasn't sure. So Sidekick Productions would be great. And if you go, like we're subscribed to there. I can say, okay. So the his short, The Court of King Dong, is actually going to be turned into a film.
Yay! Congratulations! That's awesome.
Yeah. So and that would be he would be great to interview for talking about this stuff. And we're subscribed to their YouTube channel. So
we're always filmmaker interviews and having like creators on to talk. So like absolutely.
Yeah. Love it. Kat says, "Yay, congratulations." Yeah, I'm excited, Joshua. I can't wait. Genuinely, I can't wait. Yeah, so exciting. I thought that was so cool. I was like, oh my God, like that's awesome. I would love to see that in like, I love that one. So cool.
Where do you film? Where is that?
Where
does he film?
Oh, I don't know. Al says, congrats. Joshua, where are you based out of? I probably should know this. I was just seeing him post about being at a awards thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where he's from. So I'm not sure. New York. Oh,
well, fellow New Yorker, if you need a crewmate,
there you go.
Just let me know. I can do it on a weekend. You need some help on set?
That'd be awesome.
I'm not actively using my film degree, but I have a film degree. I know my stuff.
Nice plug there, Steve.
Listen, I can, move a C-stand or something if I need to.
Yeah, no, it's
hold
great.
the boom. I can do certain hell yeah. Listen, I have like 2 things on my IMDb from film school. I gotta add things to it.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, everybody that stopped by and chatted. This was so much fun. I'm glad you guys were able to make it. And thanks again for those of you that had the time and were able to send the clips. Really appreciate that. I just really wanted the focus to be on you guys and what you were able to do with these anthologies because they're yours. They belong to you. And I'm just so impressed. I'm gonna for those of you who are hanging out that are in part 2, I've got packages here. I just have to add the soaps and the labels, and I will get these out tomorrow, Tuesday at the absolute latest. I don't think work's going to be busy tomorrow, but if it is, then it may be Tuesday at the latest. But hopefully you'll have them by the end of the week or first of the second if you're not based in the States. Al, message me the deadline for when you would need to have bookmarks to you, and I may just order some and send them straight to your house. Let me know what the deadline is, and I'll try to get some stuff to you, and I'll send some extra stuff in your package for you to use their tables as well. They are such delightful collections, and everyone should be. Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. You guys are awesome. You did great. Really looking forward to what happens with the kitchen next. So yeah, anyway, well, I guess that's all I have for tonight. Or that's all we have for tonight. Me too. My brain is in case it was not super apparent. But anyway, again, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. We'll find a way to get them used. Okay, fair enough. Then I'll get some ordered. I already have your address, obviously. I'll send you some for both. Maybe livestock too. I don't have any extras of those. Anyway, I'll get you some stuff sent. I'll get some stuff too. But anyway, all right. Well, yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and talking about these contributors for That Old House, the Bathroom. You can get both books, an ebook and paperback on Amazon. Links are in, our website, voicesftm.com. You can also get them from my social medias. And hope that you check them out because they're totally worth time. And yeah, thank you guys again so much. Have a good rest of your evening. Enjoy your week back to reality, I guess. And Steve and I will see you real soon.
Bye.